Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts Bringing Value Home. $6.6 billion Bath Hospital commissioned. APNU in Emancipation message encourages Guyanese not to fall prey to false promises and narratives as September approaches. No external forces should be permitted to compromise the freedom of general and regional elections. GTUC over 40 small and medium-sized businesses to participate in workshop and expo in observance of National Small Business Week 2025. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm ALETHEA Grant with the Thursday, July 31st, 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. In the news this evening, the $6.6 billion state-of-the-art hospital in Bath Settlement in Region 5 was on Wednesday commissioned by President Irfaan Ali. We have more details in this report. With the launch of the $6.6 billion state-of-the-art hospital in Bath Settlement on the west coast of Berbice, Guyanese living there can expect to receive better healthcare services. President Irfaan Ali during the launch said the new facility will match services offered by private health institutions and will transform healthcare delivery in communities along the West Berbice area.
This is what we've invested in here. A state-of-the-art facility, a modern facility in Region 5, because you deserve equal care and equal treatment like any other region in this country.
The president reminded that before the construction of this new facility, there were no ICU. The facility now boasts 3 ICU beds, 3 operating theaters, and a 24-hour accident and emergency department, along with laboratories.
This hospital alone will expand and increase availability of lab services by more than 40%. You had 2 ultrasound machines before. In this new facility alone, you will now have 3 ultrasound machines. Our mothers and newborn babies, you had 0 access to NICU, neonatal care units, specialized units for your children. You had 0 before. With this facility, you now have an NICU for 4 babies.
Meanwhile, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony said the opening of the Bath Hospital is a step taken by the government to move towards a world-class healthcare system. Addressing the staff, Dr. Anthony said the facility will only be able to meet the needs of citizens by the level of services delivered by the staff.
We have built a beautiful infrastructure and equipped it. This institution is only going to be as strong and as good as the staff that we have. And we expect that you would give good service.
Addressing the staff, Dr. Anthony said the facility will only be able to meet the needs of the citizens by the level of services delivered. Also operating in Region 5 are the Fort Wellington and Myconi Cottage hospitals, but according to Dr. Anthony, adequate space in those facilities have become a challenge. He also spoke to the absence of adequate accident and emergency departments at those 2 facilities, even as the government continues to push to deliver consistent, high-class medical services to Guyanese. The Partnership for National Unity in its Emancipation Day message has urged the Guyanese, especially those of African descent, to not be fooled by empty promises or false narratives designed to manipulate their hopes and fears, but to remain resolute, particularly in this an election year. Antonia Day reports.
Partnership for National Unity, in its emancipation message, said as citizens approach the upcoming general and regional elections, it is crucial that every Guyanese, especially those of African descent, remain highly alert and mindful. And I quote, "The path to a better future for yourself, your family, your community, and your country passes through your hands," the political party said in a statement. Citizens were encouraged to not be fooled by empty promises or false narratives designed to manipulate their hopes and fears. APNU admonished all and sundry to not be trapped into the political playbook nor allowed to be used as pawns. And I quote, "Those who play politics with your lives and livelihood see you only as pawns. Do not let their tactics divide us. Do not let them distract us from real issues that affect our daily lives," the party stated. Guyanese were also encouraged to use the month of emancipation to take action to change the reality of discrimination, victimization, marginalization and inequality, high cost of living, and government incompetence and corruption. And I quote, let us as one people commit to rescuing Guyana, liberating ourselves and rejecting those whose political fortune depends on keeping us economically and politically oppressed. We urge every Guyanese to emancipate themselves from mental and other forms of slavery," the statement further stressed. Citizens were encouraged to break free from fear, misinformation, and complacency. And I quote, "Do not sell your destiny to the bribes of those who are desperate for power only for themselves. Stand up for your constitutional rights, the freedom of conscience, association, and assembly, and exercise your right to vote for a party that truly represents your interests." End of quote. Aubrey Norton, presidential candidate of the Partnership for National Unity, at a recent press conference, made it clear that given the country's booming oil economy, citizens must benefit equitably. He noted the time has come for integrity and respect for law and order to be restored across Guyana.
This government is very corrupt. They are linked to the underworld. There are a lot of money laundering activities that they are involved in, and our aim is to restore honesty to government and ensure that the people of Guyana benefit from our national patrimony.
Mr. Norton posited that citizens must no longer exist on the polarized Guyana. Antonia Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The Guyana Trades Union Congress is adamant that no external force should be permitted to compromise the freedom our forefathers fought for through sacrifice or to sway the outcome of the upcoming general and regional elections. Here again is Antonio Day.
The Ghana Trade Unions Congress, in its emancipation message, urged citizens to resist outside forces or interests that will sway the decisions or poison their thoughts on Election Day, slated for September 1st, 2025. In a statement on Thursday, the GTUC posited that mental chains can just be as oppressive as iron ones. No outside force must be allowed to undermine the freedom our ancestors secure through sacrifice. The trade union related that in Guyana, descendants of the enslaved helped build this nation from the soil up. The union posited that freedom is more than physical emancipation. It includes the full enjoyment of economic, social, cultural, and political rights. That dream remains incomplete. Too many still feel marginalized, excluded, and unsafe. We must confront these realities head-on, not with fear, but with unity and resolve, the trade union highlighted in its emancipation message. The GTUC reiterated its appeal to Guyana's government, opposition, civil society, business community, religious leaders, and citizens to reserve their promise of inclusive democracy. This goes beyond simply being a catchphrase from our Constitution, as Article 13 defines the principal objective of our political system. It is a standard by which our society must be measured, the union pointed out. Policies must be fair, programs must serve all, laws must protect everyone equally. This must become our reality, not tomorrow, not after the elections, and we believe in the ideal of a one people, one nation, one destiny, the statement read. On this Emancipation Day, GTUC reminded the people of Guyana that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. And I quote, "We cannot afford to take our rights for granted. We cannot allow division, fear, or foreign manipulation to undo the progress we have made," the statement affirmed. The right to vote, to speak, to live with dignity, these must be defended with the same passion that once tore down the plantation walls, the GTUC. I am Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
More news after this break. Stay with us.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
With 70% ethyl alcohol, Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer eliminates 99.99% of all germs and even moisturizes in the process, leaving your skin clean and hydrated. Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer. How do you stay clean?
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Crow Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Watching the HGP Nightly News, Grammy Award-winning reggae sensation Maxi Priest, best known for his hit songs Wild World, A Little Bit Longer, and Close to You, is in Guyana and will perform live during the African and Cultural Development Association ACDA's organized emancipation celebrations set for the National Park on Friday. Antonio Day sat down with the British-born musician and filed this report.
Maxi Priest, a reggae sensation, was born Max Alfred Elliott in Lewisham, London, England on June 10, 1961. Elliott, who is also well known for his pop and reggae music, stated in an exclusive interview with Nightly News that despite the difficulties of growing up in the United Kingdom, particularly with his strict Jamaican roots, he and his siblings never abandoned their cultural identity.
Out of 9 of us, 4 of us was born in England. Mm-hmm. So in our house was very much Jamaica, very much the Caribbean. You know, we don't know anything different.
He noted that he also experienced a fair share of discrimination as a musician in the United Kingdom, particularly because of his ethnicity, but did not allow societal norm to deter him from pursuing his music career.
Growing up in England has had its struggles, you know, racism, discrimination, and all kind of different ways. But I can always hear my mother's voice going, you know, Lord, forgive them, they know not what they do. And that's the kind of vibe that we were brought up with, you know, just keep it moving, you know, don't make people stand in your way. As a kid growing up, you kind of think, boy, who am I really? You know, am I English? Am I Western? You know? And, but when you hold on to your culture, you soon find your way. You know what I'm saying? And our parents did very well in guiding us.
Like every other challenge, Elliott was an overcomer and did what he did best, which was to create high-caliber music. He declared with assurance. The British musician, who said this is not his first visit to Guyana, is delighted with the friendly reception he received from Guyanese. The Grammy Award-winning artist, known for his hit songs Wild World, A Little Bit Longer, and Close to You, will grace the stage on Emancipation Day as part of the African and Cultural Development Association's listed activities at the National Park in Georgetown. When asked to compare and contrast music from the past and present, the legendary musician shared his perspectives.
That's very much what this generation is doing today, working with what they have and what they've had. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And just trying to build a new direction and make their own mark.
Priest offered commendation to many young musicians who contributed to the evolution of genres such as reggae and dancehall, especially in the Caribbean and Europe. The acclaimed musician reported that he is still active in the music industry and is on the brink of releasing new songs with featured artists like Sean Paul, with pending collaborations with younger musicians, both local and international. I am Antonio De reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana, THAG, and the Suriname Hotel and Tourism Association signed a memorandum of understanding signaling deepening ties in the tourism and hospitality sectors. Here is more.
The Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana, THAG, and the Suriname Hotel and Tourism Association, SHATA, signed a memorandum of understanding which signals deepening ties in the tourism and hospitality sector in the region. Suriname's ambassador to Guyana, Her Excellency Lisel Blankendal, opined that Guyana and Suriname continues to share close bilateral ties, which augurs well for both countries. The ambassador encouraged further collaboration and stressed that the countries have more in common than the picture that is usually painted.
Today marks a very significant and important step in the deepening of the cooperation between Suriname and Guyana. We're about to sign the MOU in a few minutes between our two tourism authorities, opening also new doors, new opportunities for our people, our cultures, and of course for our economies.
Since 2020, there has been rapid investments in the tourism and hospitality sector in Guyana with the construction of new hotels, Airbnbs, and guest houses, signaling significant growth in the sector and a willingness of persons to travel to Guyana.
It's a shared commitment to unlock the untapped potential of cross-border tourism between our two nations. Suriname and Guyana, we are blessed with rich biodiversity, diverse cultures, and welcoming communities. By aligning our efforts, we aim to create seamless, attractive travel experiences for both local and international visitors.
President of the Tourism and Hospitality Association, THAG, Mitra Ramkumar, indicated that Guyana and Suriname have embarked on something momentous, and as CARICOM member states and eastern neighbors with rich cultural and economic ties, this MOU came at an opportune time.
It started under the previous executive of TAG, and so I want to say congratulations to that executive, and especially my immediate past president, Ms. D. George, that both sides have a very strong passion for developing tourism industry in the region. And so while we have a signed agreement, I believe we have much more than that. In the essence, we have people who are 100, maybe 200% committed.
Guyana and Suriname has enjoyed accelerated business ties in the tourism and hospitality sector since 2020. His Excellency President Irfan Ali and Suriname's former President Krishmar Santokhi spearheaded business delegations to Paramaribo and Georgetown over the last 5 years. Chairman of the Suriname and Hotel Tourism Association, SHATA, Egon von Void, expressed similar sentiments.
You covered everything that we discussed over the last couple of days. The future of tourism in the region will be a joint working together.
This is Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned, we have more news for you.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
So you don't know if anybody gonna know which party you vote for?
Not because I never vote. I know that when I vote, nobody can see which party I voting for.
Why should I believe you? You.
Let me help you with something, young man. The young lady is correct. The freedom to vote for a political party of your own choice on election day is yours. Nobody will know which political party you voted for. Once you would have marked your ballot paper and folded it as directed, nobody will see which political party you would have voted for after you would have placed your ballot paper in the ballot box. You're guaranteed that your vote will remain a secret.
Oh, thanks, big man. For sure, I'm going to vote on election day. Now to feel confident that nobody will know which party I'm going to vote for.
For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-027729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Thanks for staying with us. You with the HGP Nightly News. More than 40 small and medium-sized enterprises will be given the opportunity to participate in a workshop and expo in observance of National Small Business Week. The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry has partnered with the Inter-American Development Bank for this initiative. Antonio Day is on that story.
During a media briefing on Thursday, Cathy Smith, the president of the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry, said that the chamber, in partnership with the Inter-American Development Bank, will engage more than 40 small and medium-sized enterprises over challenges faced with securing financing in order to run successful businesses. This initiative was conceptualized by the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, and executed by the Private Sector Commission, PSC. IDB's consultant, Jared Kisoon, said a business support desk was also launched and established to assist businesses to find a solid financial footing.
In response to the outcry from the private sector, particularly small businesses, with regards to the inability to access finance in Guyana to grow their businesses.
Kisoon also announced that the Inter-American Development Bank conducted a study involving small businesses, large businesses, and financial institutions.
The small businesses, while they do say that finance is hard to access, the main answer from the lenders is, well, these guys aren't bankable. They're not investable. They're not prepared to access finance, and therefore they're too high risk for us to reach out to offer finance.
To ensure continued support, the desk will also host annual capacity building workshops, quarterly networking events to connect businesses with lenders and investors, and offer in-house services such as personalized business plan development and advisory services.
The Business Support Desk is actively strengthening access to finance and fostering sustainable growth across our non-extractive industries. This ultimately contributes to a more resilient and diversified Guyanese economy, creating much-needed buoyancy in non-traditional and non-oil sectors.
More than 40 small businesses are expected to benefit directly from the program in its initial phase. GCCI President Cathy Smith further noted that several women-led and women-owned businesses will be on display at the exposition. The planned expo and workshop comes hot off the wheels of just concluded Teenturnship program, which saw significant participation from the target audience. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news.
How to vote. Having been identified as the voter you claim to be, you will be given a ballot paper that is stamped at the back on the top section as well as the bottom section in your presence. On the ballot paper, provision is made for you to vote twice. Once at the top section where you vote for the general election and once at the bottom section where you vote for the regional election. Look for the name and symbol of the party of your choice in the top section of the ballot paper and mark your X in the empty box next to the party symbol. Then look for the the name and symbol of the party of your choice in the bottom section and mark your X in the empty box next to the party's symbol. After you have voted, fold the ballot paper as shown by the election official, dip the first joint of your right index finger in the ink provided, then place the ballot paper in the ballot box. You will then have to peacefully depart the polling station. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-02779 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Turbo with a new look, new style, with the same great taste in the 250 ml can. Everybody run out now. Go and go grab one. Me charge up with a turbo 250 ml at your favorite spot. Wait, sell. New look, new can, same vibes. Jinxing, energize up your life. Vibes up, work time, anytime we are turn up the party with turbo can. Turbo can, turbo can, turbo can. Now available in the new 250 ml can. Turbo energy drink. Charge up today.
Come on, Luna, come on.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Friend, give me a minute now. I want you to clear something up for me.
Okay. What is it, ma'am? And why you look so confused?
I hear all this talk about elections and voting, but I really don't understand how this could affect me.
All right. It's like this. Once you were registered by GCOM and you were 18 years or older by June 30th, 2025, you are entitled to vote, provided that you are listed in the official list of electors.
Well, I registered and I'm over 18, but how I would know if my name is on the official list of electors?
That's very easy. GCOM is displaying the official list of electors at 2 popular places in the community where you live. Just go there and check the list. Or you can go to GCOM's website and use the search tool.
Oh, what? Thanks. I'm going and doing it now. Yeah. My name on the list. I definitely voting at elections.
Nice.
For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-02779 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Good evening and welcome to Thursday's edition of the Regional News. I am Antonio Day, and pre-emancipation greetings to all. Starting off with news in Trinidad and Tobago. Defense Minister Wayne Sturge is advising constituents and citizens that during a house invasion, they can shoot first and quote-unquote, explain yourself after. The proposed stand your ground legislation by the United National Congress government will allow victims to defend themselves against intruders before a physical attack occurs. Sturge made the stunning comment during a stand your ground consultation in Sandy Grande Civic Center on Tuesday, and I quote, "You don't have to wait to see what the attacker is going to do. You don't have to wait to see if he pulls a gun or a cutlass or anything like this. You can once you honestly believe that you are under attack or that an attack is about to take place or imminent, as they say here, once you believe an attack is imminent, you can strike first, and you can strike first and kill first," Sturge said. Sturge, a former criminal defense attorney, noted that the proposed legislation significantly differs from current self-defense laws. The government plans to model the Stand Your Ground laws after Florida's 2005 legislation. Sturge stated that the new laws allows homeowners or victims to defend themselves even before an attacker strikes. Continuing, if, however, the invader has a cutlass and is swinging or about to swing, or you feel you don't have the expertise to defend against a cutlass, you can shoot and kill. If it is in your waist, or you don't have to wait for him to reach for it, you can go up on him and wet him with your own cutlass, or your axe, or whatever. And in that situation, the court, and it's set out here in the bill, the court would look at all of the circumstances to determine whether your action was reasonable, end of quote. Sturge added that the intruder could also be shot in the back under particular circumstances, and he said, "You know, they always say, if he run away, you can't shoot. No. Circumstances, he's running away armed with a gun, you could shoot him in the back and explain yourself after. That's the reality. If he's running away without a gun, that's a different thing. End of quote. Continuing, when it comes to criminals dressed as police officers attempting to invade a person's home, Sirte said that whether a citizen is sure or unsure of the person's authenticity, it is better to defend and live than to hesitate and die. If by the manner in which they are behaving, you are not sure if they are police or not, what do you think is a common sense thing to do? I will leave you with a little quote I learned years ago from a good friend, Herbert Volney, who said, "It is better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. If you're not sure that the persons outside are law enforcement, and you feel that they might be posing a law enforcement, and you feel that if you don't act, you could die, you are entitled to shoot." He expressed that while law enforcement officers can enter private property, he disagrees with including prison officers as state police and the PCA members in authority. He noted that the boundaries between official law enforcement and personal intrusion can often become blurred, especially in relationships. Over to news in Haiti. In an interview with a pool of reporters from international media outlets, including the Haitian Times, Fritz Alphonse-Jean, president of Haiti's Transitional Presidential Council, announced Monday new efforts to investigate Haitian nationals deported from the United States for alleged financial crimes or suspected gang affiliations. John said that the TPT, in coordination with Haiti's justice sector, has adopted a new protocol to evaluate deportees before release amid rising violence that continues to claim the lives of both civilians and law enforcement personnel. And I quote, "We cannot receive Haitian citizens who have been singled out, especially by the United States, and do nothing," John said. "When they return, we cannot simply act as if nothing happened." John confirmed that 400 Haitian police officers will be trained in Colombia, with 150 already sent to Mexico as part of ongoing bilateral cooperation. He also acknowledged the existence of a contract with a foreign private security firm assisting the Haitian National Police. And I quote, "In terms of personnel, we face a serious shortage," John said. But beyond that, there are major gaps in training, logistics, equipment, and technology. John added that international partners initially underestimated the threat, treating it as local gang activity rather than organized crime. This misunderstanding limits the effectiveness of the multinational mission currently supporting Haiti. And finally, with some international news, U.S. President Donald Trump intensified his trade war with Canada a day ahead of the August 1 deadline for a tariff agreement, saying it would be very hard to make a deal with Canada after it gave its support to Palestinian statehood. Trump is set to impose a 35% tariff on all Canadian goods not covered by the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement if the two countries do not reach an agreement by the deadline. And I quote, "Wow, Canada has just announced that it is backing statehood for Palestine. That will make it very hard for us to make a trade deal with them," Trump said on Truth Social. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney previously said tariff negotiations with Washington had been constructive, but the talks may not conclude by the deadline. Talks between the two countries were at an intense phase, he added, but a deal that would remove all U.S. tariffs was unlikely. Canada is the U.S. second largest trading partner after Mexico, buying $349.4 billion in U.S. goods and exporting $412.7 billion to U.S. last year, according to U.S. Census Bureau data. Thank you for watching. I am Antonio Day. Goodbye for now.
$6.6 billion Bath Hospital commissioned APNU in Emancipation message encourages Guyanese not to fall prey to false promises and narratives as September 1 approaches. No external forces should be permitted to compromise the freedom of general and regional elections, GTUC, and more than 40 small and medium-sized enterprises to participate in workshop and expo in observance of National Small Business Week 2025. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm ALETHEA. Thanks for watching.